Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. So this is kind of an interesting week for us. First of all, it is incredibly hot here in Delaware. It is definitely close to 100 degrees. So I'm sweating, so kind of ignore the shimmer that I have, or just call it a natural glow. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and one stuck out with me very specifically this week. And that's from a buddy of mine, Jordy Slasher Gaming. I'm gonna link his channel below. And it kind of made me rethink the way that I've been collecting. So ever since watching that video, I have been approaching things very differently. I have been getting rid of a lot of my junk games, so I've shrunk my Sega Saturn collection a little bit. Got rid of some PS4 games, just some of the sports games, things that I'm not going to play, because at this point what I want in my collection, because I'm running out of room, I want the kind of games that I'm actually going to play, and not games to just look like I have a huge collection. So kind of switching things up a little bit. But today specifically, I ended up taking a drive to New Jersey, and I hit a little store called Game Alley. So I found some things there. I took a whole bunch of my junk games up to them to trade in, but they offered me $22 for 64 games, and I was like, no, just I'll lot them on eBay or try somewhere else. But I ended up picking up a few things there, and I picked a few things up at Second & Charles, some eBay things, some thrift store things like that. But really cool stuff this week. Again, a lot of it is things that I want for my collection. So yeah, let's without further ado, dive in and see what we got this week. I'm going to show you a couple of different stops here at Second & Charles. Now, this is the only real retro game store in my area, but I do love this store. They actually had a couple of weird GameCube games that I don't see all that often, but I ended up passing on them just because I'm trying to be careful about what I'm spending my money on. I want to get things that I either want to keep or that I want to flip, not games that are just going to sit on my shelf, essentially. So I passed on all of those, but I did grab these 2 copies of Gran Turismo 4 so that I could flip them, because they've been selling really well for me. I also went over here and I saw this Bloodwake game, and it's an Xbox exclusive, and it was so cheap, $3.75, so I had to grab that. And of course, you always have to check your wrestling games. I bought this and immediately doubled my money. It sold within 24 hours. And this is my second trip. This was actually today. I saw this X-Men Next Dimension and this Tom and Jerry War of Whiskers. Both were really good deals, but I ended up passing on them because I saw some Sega CD games that I had to have. I didn't get footage, but I will show you them very shortly. I stopped at a new GameStop about 30 minutes from my house, and I saw a couple of things, including this NCAA Basketball 09, which I picked up. I really wanted this, but I had to pass, unfortunately. So I had renewed my power-up rewards at that last GameStop, and I stopped at one a little closer to home so that I could use some rewards to pick up a new Switch game, but I'll show you that later. Thrifties was a little bit of a bust this week. They didn't have anything. I was excited at one point because I did see this copy of Battlefront 2 just sitting right there waiting for me, and of course I opened it and somebody stole it. What are you gonna do? So as I said, one of the things that I want to do is tighten up my game collection so that it consists of games that I want to play, games that I enjoy, or games that I want to have. So I went through my collection and I gathered a whole bunch of games I don't care about, sports titles, junk games, things like that. And I took them to a store in Penns Grove, New Jersey called Game Alley. Now, they only offered me about $22 for everything that we're looking at here. So I, unfortunately for them, I declined and I took it all home. But I did make a day out of it. I really enjoyed this store. I ended up finding a bunch of good things here. I talked to the store clerk for a long time about games that we both enjoy, collecting in general. It was just a really enjoyable experience. I picked up some really cool games for really good prices. I definitely caught them slipping in a couple of areas, which of course I'll show you later. But all of these Xbox games were 50% off. The store is not huge, but it's just cool to be in an actual game store. We don't have many of those in my area. So just being able to walk around and see some N64 games on the wall like this, even though they're kind of like just a bunch of sports games, it's really fun for me to kind of just peruse and enjoy. When I was done, I went on a nice little solo date here to DePaulo's, got some nice authentic Italian gnocchi. It was wonderful. Alright guys, so here's everything we got this week, minus a couple of things that I sold. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to spread it all out, and then we're going to break it down and see how we did. So here's everything we got. Over here we have our trusty guard hound doing what he does as usual, sleeping. How you doing, Drogue? Sorry, buddy. So let's dive in here, see how we did. Just going to go through everything here really quickly. We got Ninja Gaiden 2. We got Eternal Champions for the Sega CD, and Cliffhanger for the Sega CD. Now these three right here, I actually got 10% off. So I got this for like 13 something. I got this for 28 something. And this was like 7 something. So did really, really well there. We got Guitar Hero 2. That one I got for 99 cents. And we got 2 Kessons, Kesson 1, Kesson 2, $5 a piece. Also really good deals. Ended up getting this one for 20% off at GameStop for $7.99. It's worth around 20 bucks. So super good deal on that. We got 2 copies of Gran Turismo 4 because they have been selling really, really well for me. So I actually sold one of these already. I just need to ship it out. That's my second Gran Turismo 4 out the door in probably 2 weeks, something like that. Then we got Siberia here. We got over there Pariah, Tao Feng, Bloodwake, and then 2 really weird ones here, 9 Holes of Xmas and 9 More Holes of Xmas. Weird Christmas games because I just can't say no to them. Over here, we got X-Men Destiny. I also got that for around $8 at GameStop, 20% off. We got Street Fighter 2. Now this one I got for 15 bucks. Really good deal on that. Taz, Escape from Mars, got that for like $6, less than $5.50, something like that. We got T2. We got Super NES Super Scope 6. Cine Mora X, which I got for $0 because I used my GameStop coupon. Got that for free. Then Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now, interesting story about this one. I got it on eBay. I paid $6.43 for it. I had disc only for this, so I purchased it. Then I sold my disc only for $9. So ended up getting a better copy and turned a profit. So this one was free and some. So that's pretty much everything that we got this week. We did pretty well. Pretty well. Pretty well. So grand total, I'm looking at probably about $158 here out of pocket. And we're looking at a value of about $285 on price charting as of whatever today is, July 17th. So not a bad day. So first of all, thank you guys again so much for watching my content. If you like this kind of stuff, retro video games, PS5, other kind of weird retro toys and things like that, Star Wars, this is the place for you. So you can like, comment, and subscribe if you like. I have some pretty cool things cooking up for the future for the channel. So stay tuned for that stuff. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram, I'm at The Retro Gaming Collective, and I'm also on TikTok at The Retro Gaming Collective. But again, thank you guys so much. And until next time, happy hunting.